Deadline to Death, written by Elliot, Stanton. Act 1, Scene 1, Interior Apartment, Night. Thriller writer CJ Billings, him, 30s, stands staring out of the window of his second-floor flat, watching the late-night traffic on the rain-soaked street below. His wife Jane, her, 30s, sits at the writing desk, eyes on her husband.
If one does a deal with the devil, one should regularly expect the discomfort of a pitchfork thrusting into one's posterior. They've been pressuring me for weeks. Look at their latest threat.
CJ turns around and hands Jane a printout of an email. It simply reads, CJ, just a reminder, 2 weeks until deadline day. We need the final draft by then. Yours, Hanson's. Jane reads it to herself and places it on the desk.
Short and to the point. Just tell them you've hit a wall and you'll present the manuscript when you can.
Hansons don't work that way, Jane. I've written 3 different endings and I don't like any of them. And if that wasn't enough, I then get writer's block. The literary gods are mocking me. I need to find out what happens to Jessica.
Couldn't you just use one of the endings you've already written? At least you'd be able to submit a finished novel.
CJ looks horrified at the suggestion.
Jane, I couldn't live with myself. You want me to submit a sub-rate inferior book just to get out of a tough spot?
It's only the last few chapters.
Only the last few chapters? Would you be happy if you invested time and effort into reading a piece of excellent fiction, even if I say so myself, only to find a substandard and disappointing ending? I'd never get those readers back, you know. Besides, I have professional pride.
You're right, I'm sorry. So, you've not had any of your famous flashes of inspiration lately, have you?
CJ turns around. Jane quickly vacates his chair. CJ drops down into it and stares at the open laptop screen.
Not for ages. They've deserted me. Again, damn this writer's block. Do you know how many words I've written this week?
87. It was 88, but you inexplicably repeated the word traveled.
87. Oh, you already know.
You've mentioned it once or twice, Chris.
I'm sorry I've been such a pain recently, but in 2 weeks' time I'll be in breach of contract. I just need to find some inspiration to finish this damn story.
You'll get it. You always do when you need it. I have every faith in you. Anyway, it's getting late. I'm off to bed.
Jane exits the room and walks to the bedroom next door. CJ buries his head in his hands in front of the bright white light of his computer's screen.
You inexplicably repeated the word traveled.
A cold shiver passes through CJ. Then a eureka moment hits him. He springs to his feet.
Travel! Yes, that's it! That's what I need to do.
What are you on about?
I'm going to travel. Down to Cornwall. The setting for the finale is Cornwall, so being in the location will surely give me the inspiration I need to find the ending. I haven't been there for years. You know, we used to take family holidays down there. I even lived there for 6 months when I was a toddler, when Dad worked for an architect. It's a lovely part of the country.
CJ bounds over to the window and stares at the traffic again. Jane reappears in the room, wearing pajamas with her hair up.
Where in Cornwall was this?
Bude. It's so picturesque. I remember it well, and that's where Jessica will end up, and that's where I'm going to go. Okay, she's there in winter, and I'm going in the summer, but otherwise...
Do you really think it will help?
It has to.
How long do you intend to go for?
A couple of days, maybe 3 or 4, a week at most.
Jane is taken aback.
A week?
At most.
CJ bounds over to Jane like an excited dog and grabs her folded arms.
It'll probably only take a couple of days. Look, going down there will give me the solution I'm looking for, and we'll get Hansons off my back.
And we both want that.
It's the last book I need to complete under the terms of my contract. I'll be free to find another publisher after this, and my agent has told me of at least 3 who'd be delighted to take me on. Big boys who pay big money.
As long as they don't give you big headaches like Hanson's.
CJ doesn't reply and stares open-mouthed at Jane, waiting for her final approval.
Oh, go on then. Do whatever you have to do. It's not like you're going away for 3 months, like you're working on the oil rigs. It better not be 3 months.
No. Hansons will be happy, I'll be happy, Jessica will be happy, or maybe not. And most importantly, my dear, you'll be happy.
Schmoozer.
CJ kisses Jane and she leaves the room again. CJ retakes his chair at the desk and closes the laptop. The room darkens.